Oh my gosh. This is such a mess.
Hello and welcome back to Creative Pet Keeping. My name is Kasha, I am your host, and today we're going to unbox the MARINA BETTA Easy Care and find out if it is really easy. I've been seeing this in Petco every time I pass by and I'm kind of curious, so let's find out.
The Betta Easy Care comes in two sizes. The plus is 1.3 gallons, while the smaller size is 0.7 gallons. That is what I got, and it retails at $14.99. I assume that this would be the more common one that someone might pick up if they want to get a Betta for the first time. In regards to the packaging, it's got a lot of pictures, it's colorful, pretty easy to understand. And in terms of assembly, it is also very easy to put together and to figure out which parts do what. And they do provide information on even the little cup that they provide. Why do they provide a cup? I don't know. I figured that instead of a cup, they could have at least given you a fake silk plant or something. Instead, you get a plastic cup. But hey, that's what we get. So it is definitely nice. They provide you with some gravel that is pretty thick. The mechanism for the back reservoir is also pretty easy to figure out. My initial concerns are that while this is really easy looking and it's very pretty, this kind of preys on the impulsive buyer who might see some pretty Bettas on display at a pet store and be like, oh, maybe I would like one. And then they see this, and because it's advertised as such an easy thing, this could persuade someone to try to get a Betta without being prepared to do so. And this isn't necessarily the easiest type of setup to keep a Betta in. So let's test out how this works. I have a bunch of bonus Malaysian trumpet snails in here that I've collected from my other tanks, just so we can have some sort of critter in here that poops. And we're going to check to see if it is truly easy. This is how it's supposed to work. So you pour in the water from the little cup they provided you. That is supposed to go apparently through here, up here, and then pour out here with it pulling all the way. So let's see how that actually works. So let's open it up. You have a little indicator for water rising, and then this is the reservoir in the back. As you can see, it's a little dirty because I have been using this, and oh my gosh, we have snails in here. So if you have snails in this with your Betta, they might get stuck in there. I might have to rescue them in a little bit. So I'm going to use the cup that they provided here, and we're going to pour it in. I'm gonna not pour in too much. I'm just gonna pour a bit for now. So yes, the water is pouring out the back, and it is filling up the little compartment. Now the reason why I'm doing this slowly is I've already tried this a couple times, and what happens is if you over pour, so about right here, there's a little notch where this goes in. If the water goes past here, it's going to start pouring out. And you might be thinking, oh, maybe the base will catch some of the extra water, but nope, the base has holes in it. So I guess you have to figure out the correct measurement or use the cup that they provide you with. But it's kind of annoying. It also, look, it kind of does this really slowly. If I just stuck the siphon in here or just took the Betta out, took the gravel, grabbed this, poured this out, rinsed it, put new water back in with conditioner that's the right temperature, and put the Betta back in, realistically, this would be so much faster. I mean, I guess this means that you just walk away and let this pour. I'm gonna pour the rest of the water in. So there it goes. I mean, that's all that gives you an idea of all the snail poop that's kind of in here. So after this gets caught in the back, I'm actually going to check this and see how much it actually removed. So already in terms of efficiency, I'm not feeling it. I feel like this is, instead of a Betta Easy Care, it's a Betta Easy Gimmick. while we're waiting for this to finally finish dripping, let's go over some of the instructions and some of the stuff that really annoys me in here. For starters, when they say to fill up the aquarium, they're saying to use room temperature water, which is already indicating that they don't really expect you to heat this, even though... See, it says don't forget your heater, right? You should get a heater, 75 to 80. But then here it's saying temperature, room temperature water. So let's say theoretically you are keeping your betta with a heater, which is really difficult to heat a little thing like this. And these tiny little heaters are usually very finicky. Let's say the water is at 80, but your room temperature is 72. So you're putting in 72-degree water in here. You're gonna just no. You're supposed to be matching the temperature of the water. That is hopefully the correct temperature for a tropical fish. So that's I don't like this. To ensure the environment is safe, bettas require a water change on a weekly basis. For this size container, which is less than a gallon, I think a water change is a once a week is you're definitely not enough. It's not. I would fully do 100% water change on this thing at minimum every 3 days if you want to, you know, keep your ammonia from spiking. What's gonna happen is you're gonna change. Like, what is someone gonna do? A person's probably just gonna assume that they're either gonna fill up this reservoir or maybe do 1 or 2 cups of water, which is gonna only do a partial water change. It doesn't say to do a full water change. So that's annoying. At least they tell you to use a water conditioner, but that's only because they want to promote their product. Oh no. No. Oh, this is like the worst thing ever. Vacation feeders don't work. They just foul the water, and more often than not, they kill your fish. They're a horrible, horrible product that companies should stop producing. And if anyone suggests this, any company suggests this, or any place suggests these vacation blocks, then they don't care about fish, because these are horrible. I guess they're only promoting their stuff, but their stuff is, the stuff that they're promoting is really, it's not that good. Just looking through this, I feel like realistically they're setting the fish keeper up for failure. They're setting this up to be this cute thing that's gonna look cute for maybe a month, and then it's gonna start to look ugly, and then your fish is gonna probably die within a few weeks or a few months in here, because there's so much information available to these companies about the proper ethical care of fish, and just so much information about bettas, that the fact that they're still providing incorrect information just boggles my mind. It just boggles my mind. Let's see what this did. So you pull it out. Cool. This just plops out annoyingly. So see, this is what I was talking about. If the water gets up to here, then you're going to start to have a problem where it's going to start to overflow. And you would think, oh, it's fine, it'll just get caught in here. Nope, because if you remove this, oh boy, one-handedly, this is enough one. If you remove this, this just has holes in it. So it'll catch a tiny bit of water for your little oopsie, but the rest is just going to go right through. So that's not really the bestest, and it's dripping. It's dripping. I mean, this is just a glorified tiny little wannabe tank. It's not really a tank. Let's pour out the water. I'm going to pour it back in here just so we can get an idea, oh boy, of how much waste. So it got a bit of poop out, but really if you stirred up the water, you would, be getting poop anyways. Let's go get the turkey baster and see if we can suck up any poop and if there's any poop remaining in here. So here it is. I moved the gravel out of the way. You can see the little reservoir that they have there. This is where all the water supposedly, you know, gets sucked up. It kind of goes through there. Oh, now you can see it. And then I guess it's pushed out. As you can see, it's still having a poop party. There's actually a snail living there. Poor little snail. I'm gonna have to rescue him. There's a lot of rescues that need to be happening for snails. So, with such a little container, because you don't have a filter, usually, you know, this kind of poop, if I see it, doesn't worry me a whole lot. If I'm, you know, dealing with a tank with a filter that is cycled and has all the beneficial bacteria that will break down ammonia. But in this case, this is very worrisome. This is why, for example, when you jar bettas, and you'll see me on my channel jarring some bettas when I breed, and this is, you know, temporarily, so they're usually in 0.5 or 1 gallon jars. They get full water changes either once a day or every other day, with occasionally 1 gallon jars getting once a week if I add a lot of tannins and don't feed heavily. But that's, you know, I try not to do that as much as possible. This is a gimmick. It's meant to look easy. It's meant to fool you into thinking that this is going to be super easy thing for your little pet betta to put on your little office. But realistically, this is just going to set you up for failure. I really think that if you see this, don't buy it. It's an easy waste of money. It really is. It's just a gimmick. You're so much better off with other small tanks or kits that they sell, or even a tank from the $1 per gallon sale. Yeah. Ugh. Do not like. Here is another container that is slightly larger actually, but more affordable in price. So if you're looking for something small size that's affordable but also lightweight, realistically, I think this might be a better option for you. This is the Imaginarium Temporary Holding Habitat. It is in the medium size. These are the dimensions. I believe this holds about 2.5 gallons of water, which is a good minimum. And I like how it's advertised as the temporary holding habitat. So you could also use this as a temporary, what's it called, quarantine tank. It could also be a temporary hospital tank as well. And it holds more water because right here, this only holds 0.7 US gallons. So not even a full gallon of water. This holds way more. So, I mean, I think if you're gonna pick something that's not an aquarium, I would recommend this as a better alternative. So this is amazing. I actually have a display tank with a heater, filter, betta leaf, some basic plants, looks like some fake plants in the back, some real plants in the front, and what looks like a healthy looking, besides a little bump on his chin, just a betta, just doing betta things. How nice. How nice is that? Gilbert the betta with his betta friends. Unfortunately, his water gets to be heated, but theirs does not.